let's check in on Beyonce and see how is she doing. Like, I want to know how is she doing for real, because it's been a while since I've done a reading on her, and I just want to know how is mother doing ever since she celebrated her birthday this last weekend. She got really emotional, thanking the people, thanking God that she is still alive, and showing her gratefulness that she's still around, and that she is here to, I'm sorry for the background noise, that she is here to say, and that she is here to see people's faces, and that she made music to heal their souls and whatnot. And I also want to know what she really meant and went through when she made the Break My Soul song, because the producer, the dream producer, said that this song particularly means a lot to Beyonce, and he can't wait for us to see what the visuals and what she really meant by that. And I'm like, boy, if you don't shut up, because we know Beyonce is as private as a rock, and she only speaks through her music and at times through her visuals. But we won't ever really know what is going on and what went down unless we pry a lot by doing that. But until then, we're just gonna see what is going on. Ever since I've done more reading on her before Renaissance dropped, like when what is the next album gonna be about, the B7 and whatnot, I questioned each song and about each one and the title of each one, the feel of everything. I said that song has meant a lot to her. I wish I still had the reading, but I've had it in my old phone before switching iPhones. That it's meant a lot to her, and that she's going to talk about how they couldn't shake her and take off her power, basically take her power off or her power away, and that she is still going to be there and stand strong. And I've said that in a way it's like Survivor mixed up with Listen, but in a better way and with another type of beat. So yeah, let's see, how is Beyonce doing? Beyonce, how is Beyonce doing? How is Beyonce doing? Okay, so the first thing I'm getting is she feels kind of frustrated because people do not match her expectations, because they're not trying to be on the same page with her or on the same wave as her, and it irritates her a lot. There's also the fact that she's trying to multitask. She's trying to keep balance within a lot of other endeavors that she is focusing on, but also there is the energy of her wanting to move on, to experience some changes, wanting to leave something behind her. There is also lots of tension, lots of friction, tension, feeling like you aren't where you're really supposed to be, just going with the flow, not knowing what you're really trying to experience. She's also feeling very challenged, feeling like she has to go against her own truth at times, feeling like she's not really representing what she's really trying to stand for, or what's really her older songs or her image as a journal used to stand for. She's going through a type of awakening right now. She's gaining some newer perspective on some other stuff. Let's see, what is Beyonce gaining perspective on? Oh, child. Oh God, she's gaining perspective on her relationship. Wait, because this sends me each time, because each time she realizes this, okay, let's break this shit down. Each time she realizes something about her relationship, you think that she's finally had gotten enough of this. She's like, have you gotten enough of the bullshit? Like how she says in the Homecoming, the Coachella, when she says it, and all the ladies were screaming, blah blah, all that shit, and you could feel it in your soul that she meant that shit, only for her to still stay and stick by her nigga. And I'm just like, why are you doing all this? I mean, of course I know there is so much more than meets the eye. Of course there is lots of every single goddamn deep ass shit involved in that motherfucking contract, marriage, whatever we want to call it, bond. connection, whatever. But she doesn't leave. But now she wants to. Like, she's finally putting her will in this. She's finally wanting to try. Let's see. What are the new perspectives that she is gaining? Like, she's finally kind of like snapping herself out of whatever trance that she's been on for years. But let's see. She's learned that, even if you try to make it work, and even if you want to be like, teamwork makes the dream work and everything, but it doesn't happen when you're just working on your own. When you're just trying to make the relationship work. It's crazy because I just want to check up on her. How is this turning into Beyoncé and Jay-Z reading? Oh, godly. How are you going to make that work when the person you're trying to make this work with isn't fully investing in this shit with you, isn't on the same boat as you, or isn't on the same vibration as you? It's like she's trying to work it out, or try to always, balance things out, try to give time to her babies, try to give time on stage, try to be a business woman, tries to, have control over that, be the leader that she is, and make successful choices, and be protective of her privacy while still being on tour and with so many other people. She tries to give everything each equal right and take, but at the same time she is not met halfway when it comes to her love life. There is a lot of tension there, lots of disharmony, lots of imbalance, and she's finally starting to accept that. Like, yeah, he'll woo me again with some gifts, or like he'll take me out to dinner, or he'll just do something when he feels like I'm slipping away, or like I'm slipping out of his fingers. But will that last? She's kind of like starting to see trying to see how has this affected her on the longer run, and started to see the distraction he would cause in order for her to open up her heart to him again, or in order for her to just not fully give in, or like not fully try to give up just yet. It's crazy because she knows, her intuition has always told her, her subconscious has always tried to tell her what is going on. It's always been there in the back of her head, and deep down she always knew this. She always knew all of this. She knew all of this, and she is wise. Like, spiritually she's very wise, mentally as well, but when it comes to him, it's like her full character or image isn't still as developed as you would want her to be, sadly. It's like she stresses herself on other subjects, but when it comes to this specific one, her love life, she's still that little naive girl that was basically brought into this. But what I'm hearing her say is she doesn't want to say that same broken-hearted girl. So in order for her to do that, she needs to take some action, but she keeps ignoring all the signs. But let's see, how will this enlightenment help her? How will Beyoncé gain newer perspectives when it comes to her love life and her marriage help her? How is it going to help her? See, this is what I'm talking about, because she always has the hope that maybe it will work out. Maybe he will stop being so stubborn and just finally be present and just discipline himself just the same way I'd want him to be. That's why there is the card of just her being mad that people are not fully matching her expectations. She is trying to think of all the possibilities. See, she's trying to think of all the possibilities and trying to think things through and take all of it into consideration. Like, if I do this, I will be depriving my children of a father. Girl, please. I will be depriving my children of a father. I want them to have the same childhood as I've had. I want them to have a similar or even better childhood that I've ever had. I want them, to be raised with two very present parents. But at the same time, why isn't she thinking of herself? Why isn't she taking whatever she's feeling into consideration? Let's see. How is Beyonce currently feeling about her marriage and her love life? She's really trying to, let that negativity behind her, but let it go. But at the same time, she keeps talking herself down. Like, she has lots of anxiety. I wouldn't be surprised if at times she would really stay up and not sleep a wink at night. Even when she exhausts herself, she has to exhaust herself in order for her to finally sleep. She has to quieten her mind in order for her to get somewhere. She wants to forgive and move on. She wants to dead the issues, but she can't because she has so much built up and pent up anger within her. She has lots of thoughts that literally are keeping her hostage. She wants to break free from all of this. She wants her freedom. She wants to move freely. She doesn't want to be loved only in a, how can I say this? She wants to be loved wholeheartedly and not just settle for half of the love just because she is still stuck in a certain place. She really has so much anger. Really, she is angry. But when she's angry, she keeps a stoic face at times. Because she knows that even if she shows her emotions, she's going to be manipulated into thinking that she is wrong, and she's going to be gaslit, basically, into thinking that she's just overreacting, or just basically the cars flew, oh my god, that she's just seeing things in a wrong way or in a wrong order. Insanity, I tell you. Insanity. I feel so sorry for her. But at the same time, you signed up for this shit. You knew all of this, but you still did that. Yeah, she's weighing down her options. She's really weighing down everything. She's still, this is what, okay. She's weighing down all of her options. She's still having hope. Let's see, what is she hoping for? What is Beyonce hoping for? Because, girl, do not make me. See, she's really hoping for a decision to literally kind of fall onto her lap. Literally, that's what she's waiting for. She's hoping for that. She's hoping for she's hoping for her love to choose her back, which is crazy because if the person loves you, you wouldn't have to wait for them to choose you. You would be the first option, and you would be the first choice that can be there, that could ever be there. You don't even have to beg for their attention or their time. That hits close to home, actually. She is she's really considering all of her options. She wants love. She's watching everything. She keeps watching everything people be saying. She wants to still pour into a relationship that she knows will be 50-50. If you all in, I'm all in too. And she's she lets out her pain, her frustration, her anger, her emotions on stage. When she's dancing extra hard, just know that an argument broke through, or that she's feeling a certain type of way. If you see her attitude being fiercer, harder, dancing extra hard, putting a little peppy step in her walk, during the cafe dance break, or during the model walk, the catwalk that she has on there, know that something occurred, something has happened. She's thinking of something that will literally, push her to go harder. It's her emotions flow through her, but instead of her feeling, just fully feeling them and sitting there, she thinks them, rationalizes them, and use them as a vessel to put more into her performances. That's something that she's always acknowledged. She's a deep old soul within her. She's acting those elders and everything. She loves performing, but at the same time, she's taking it slow and enjoying the ride. But yeah, she's thinking. This is the funny thing. She is thinking of moving forward, of leaving everything, but her feet won't budge, her heart will not budge, because she, I don't want to say is delusional, but she definitely still has lots of respects and just hope that maybe things will change, maybe everything will just kind of like turn to a better thing, just out of habits, because we fight, we make up, we break up, we make up, we go back up, we get back up, basically with her. So yeah, thinking that the cycle is not going to break itself. See, the Hermit, the River card. Thinking that the cycle isn't going to be broken, but it's only going to be repeated because you allow it to. There's also the energy of, like, I keep watching him even if I don't want to, like, out of habit too. She wants to move on. She's okay, let's see. I feel like she does communicate her needs. She does, put a stop to stuff and everything, but she still looks overly optimistic, or like she still looks naive to the receiver, which is Jay-Z. She still looks like, okay, he's, like he's listening to everything, but he's not listening. He's just hearing her out, but like not fully listening. But let's see what will happen next for Beyonce's marriage. What is there in store in Beyonce's marriage with Jay-Z? A lot of checking facts, as in, like lots of just looking at a flaw, digging a hole, seeing is there something, are you just imagining it. They're still going to be together because he's still going to woo his way back in. Of course, they're still like being relaxed and everything, but she's like, her mind is always on the works. Her mind is always working and on the go, because she wants to move forward. She wants to. It's like her mind knows what she needs, but her heart and emotions are still all the way invested and in this marriage. So only time will do its trick for her to wake up. Let's see what will just be shown to Beyonce. Yeah, only time will tell her that this isn't going anywhere and that isn't going to serve her right. Because when something is going to blow up, some shit's going to hit the van, or like something that is going to make the little piece that she is starting to have, because as I said, he's going to just win his way back in and everything. And they're going to be going out on dates. We're still going to get pictures of them together and everything. But once the tower moment starts approaching, she's going to see that those are literally kind of like polar opposites. That time hasn't done the full trick by just bringing them fully closer, but really created some some distance between them altogether. Like there's going to be something, somebody's going to be coming at one of them, or like something is going to come her way. That's kind of like going to knock her wind off of her for a little while, but she's still going to be looking as regal as she always does. But there's definitely the other woman. There's definitely another woman in the picture. Something sneaky is going to take place within their relationship or within their dynamics again. And it's like, again, like I thought we've had that before, but again, there is some sneakiness in here. There is mental negative thoughts, mental abusive relationship. I do not like saying stuff like that, but it's the truth. There is like lots of red flags that are to be ignored just because you have worked hard for this. You refuse to let your hard work be picked out and picked up by somebody else who is going to finish what was built over the years and what was started back then. She does not want to walk away, but eventually something will happen. But that won't happen, like the walking away and everything will not happen until like her heart really gets like damaged, broken, bruised, everything. Like I put my blood and tears and sweat into this marriage, done everything I could, you know. I've tried everything, I've done everything, I've split myself in more than just two halves to just keep this shit working, and I've done everything on the move, even, you know, like stopped working for a while to pour into the marriage, still had hopes, did lots of cleansings, did everything, but it still was never enough for him to stop his habits, to stop his cheating, to, you know, treat me like I'm the only woman in his life. It still was never fully enough. But of course, you know, like we can see that, you know, he does have love for her in his own twisted way. But it feels like she feels like that love has kind of like worn out, or that passion, because he'll always just look outside, you know. He always will just look outside and just give other people the benefit of the doubt and just give other people everything that he would be giving her. So like, you know, just because he's the man. But if ever she's hit the fan, it will just be like, that's so sad, you know. It's crazy because as I was just starting to say that, I literally grew sadder for her. But that's something that she's, you know, willingly or unwillingly staying in and staying with. So like, you know, nobody can actually like get her out of it except herself. Like, she and her sister had lots of falling out just because of this. She is the one who keeps trapping herself in this shit. She is the one who chooses to stay there, knowing that, you know, if she wants to, she'll fight. She's a very resilient person. She's a very courageous person. She's, you know, she can do this if she really wanted to. Like, if she wanted to, she could. But she likes to be burdened by all of that stuff. And there is a lot of stuff that is there that's not everybody knows of. And a lot of deals of them, to, like, between them together. Lots of money, properties, lots of dark secrets that, you know, if they're ever to have like a nasty falling out or a breakup, he won't hesitate to just like threaten her with, because I know, like, I've done multiple readings on this shit. He won't hesitate. So like, you know, she's choosing to play all of her cards straight, but at the same time, whenever a kind or a loving gesture is thrown towards her, she still starts building all of that hope up, because she refuses to let that go. She's still holding on to all that stuff way too strongly, and she can't just let go because of everything there, and because, you know, she has an image to uphold, and because of the love she still has for him. And she'll still stand 10 toes down behind all of that stuff, and she'll still portrays herself as the she is still going to portray herself as the you know, happy wife, happy life thingy that they always chant. And she's still going to stand there and be strong about it, even though she's really drawn in, I don't want to say self-pity, but definitely negative thoughts, and being on edge, and just being on the defense mode, and just struggling, just feeling very overwhelmed and burdened with all the burdens that she chooses to have, because of her being scared of failing and just being looked at as, you know, a divorced woman. Like, even Beyoncé couldn't, you know, still in her relationship, or even Beyoncé couldn't keep her man, or even Beyoncé got cheated on. I mean, people already say that stuff. So like, you know, but she doesn't want to be, I am sorry to say that, but she doesn't want to be looked at as, you know, a divorced diva or a divorced baby mother now. Like, she was a wife. She enjoys being a wife. She enjoys being a wife. She enjoys having the title. She enjoys having, you know, the ring. She enjoys saying, oh, hello, hey, Miss Carter, and all that stuff. She enjoys all that stuff. But at the same time, the burdens and everything, like, are they really worth it? See, she cries. there is a lot of confusion. She's very confused mentally. She's set onto, wanting to leave and everything in her head. See? But she's still going to stand still and not do that until she feels like she's strong enough to do it. But she's still going to overburden the fuck out of herself just to stay there and just to keep hurting, because she has that deep knowledge, or just like that deep way of thinking into her head that, as long as it's still there, it's still going to work, or I'm still going to be able to do something. But she's confused, she's angry, she's at times she turns really cold when she feels that way when it comes to her marriage. But there's lots of confusion, lots of mess, her feeling sad, her regretting the fact that she couldn't have done this sooner, or now that she's way too deep into this. So yeah, she's gonna stay there for a while. She's still gonna stay there, but once everything will just happen so suddenly, then yeah, she's still going to stick there through the arguments, through the thick and thin. She's still gonna stay, because there's still an image to be sold, and there is still a brand to be upheld, basically. And there is still, the public in there too, still feeling like you have to sell everything to the public, and still feeling like everything is just sunny and like perfect down there, and knowing that it's toxic, knowing that it's unfulfilled, knowing that it's not, your expectations are not fully met, knowing that lots of toxicity is in there, and knowing that there are lots of dead loose ends on there that are willingly ignored to still be in that stuff. I'm sorry, in the marriage. I call it stuff because literally, what is this? But oh well. Out in the public, their partners partying. Of course, they do have. Let's see, how do they really feel? How do Beyoncé and Jay-Z really feel about one another in the marriage? There is fights, jealousy, pettiness. There is the feelings of, I'm bigger than life. Just feeling like, see, they know that, one way or another it is going to end. There is lots of sneakiness from, both parts. I say because both of them just really side eye one another at times. There is mistrust in there. Let's see. Toxicity. But they have a legacy. See, I said legacy because they know that their legacy has to carry on. And what's better way for your legacy to carry on, unless if it's by them being, reunited and united and just unified in front of the whole world. How they really feel towards one another. It's still work. It feels now. Okay, their marriage now feels more of It feels, damn. It feels really more of like a work, a contract, something that they always have to perfect, polish from time to time and everything, instead of it just being a relationship. Let's see. They always watch one another, but there is, as I said, there is love there, because if there wasn't, they wouldn't just keep coming back to one another. But there is, of course, lots of tension. Sometimes problems in communicating. Tension there too. Awkwardness at times. Holding on to all of that. There is lots of money talk, lots of dollar signs. They literally breathe and talk money. I literally only had one card speaking about, the love and everything. But as I said, here, the Lover's card, but there is still another woman, behind his back. Like, no matter where they go or what they do, he's still going to take other women, think of other women. I always have someone else behind the door and behind his back. He'll always be thinking of somebody else, even if he's with her. And that's sad as hell. Okay, let's get some articles about their marriage. It's crazy. I just wanted to check on her, but let's do it differently. Or like on another one. Okay. Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Okay. See petty arguments. Single. Masks. Text messages. Even if he's on the go, he's always, talking to other people, or, there are always other people involved, basically. As I said, there is lots of pettiness, clashing egos. I've said that there is pettiness. There's lots of just like back and forth and arguing and just friction and tension and just arguments over the simplest stuff at times, because there is so much hidden wounds and so much hidden anger and just guilt and criticizing and just feeling like this is your only way of just spewing your shit and just talking everything, because you can't just let go just yet. Checking out, wanting to just saying that I'm out, because I'm hearing the song by Sierra and Nicki. I'm out. Red flags. I said that. It's literally a fucking walking ass red flags all over the flag. Oh wow, all over the place. Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Okay, let's see. Narcissistic behavior and divine timing. Divine timing. She ignores the signs. She ignores the time. She ignores, lots of stuff. Karmic relationship. See, it was never a good one from the start. Flirting. Her just, thinking about her next steps. What should she really what should she really do now and everything. Ex-lover and another lover's choices. Obsessing. As I said, she watches him, he watches her. There is a feeling of I'm watching you until you slip up, until you do something stupid. Running away, dishonesty, sucking it up, overthinking, acting like the grass is greener, breakups, rebound relationship, home, and communication is lacking, and secret meetings. See, there's lots of just other people involved in the picture. They're not just she's not his only one, and he ain't the only one. Of course, there is that flirtatious energy with her on stage, and her just talking to other people and just looking at pretty fine people on stage and just saying their names and just biting her lips and everything. There is this honesty from his side, and there are other people involved in the picture. No matter how hard we spin it and try to just not believe that, but there is always I'm hearing another one. There is always other people involved. And lots of masks being worn in the relationship, hoping for a change, but the change will never come. Addictions, secrets, toxic relationship, addictions. I don't want to say that some way of her coping could be with some types of getting high, substances, or just drinking, or just partying and just doing your own thing. But what will happen with Beyonce and Jay-Z next? What is going to happen with Beyonce and Jay-Z next? As I said, they'll still be together, because if they don't, then lots of opportunities and lots of money will be lost. But there's always that hidden anger, passion being showed to other people who are not Beyonce. There is also that feeling of just reminiscing about the past and trying to act like everything is fine, strategizing, going out with friends and partying, voyage. having, cruises, taking cruises after the tour is done, them being together, showing love, them just trying to reconnect again, per usual, if they're, on their yacht or whatever. What will happen next with them? Yeah. There is lots of just hoping that everything will just, ease her worries and, they'll still be together. But at the same time, hoping for a new beginning that doesn't involve the same shit over and over. Hoping for all that, but then after all of this, they're still going to head to the court. They're still going to have to end this chapter because I'm hearing like I'm growing older. I can't just keep doing the same shit over and over again. And as I keep always saying, she wants to move forward, but she wants to move forward. She wants to end this, but like she's thinking of the about the longer run, about the bigger picture. She's thinking of things that would like keep her set, and that would put everything into motion, and that would just pull him back, pull him off of her, basically, if this is to ever happen, or it is going to happen. But she's really thinking of everything else, but at the same time she gets sidetracked and distracted by all of the shit that he be offering her, and she just can't decide to herself yet. So she goes back to the same old cycles and gets trapped in her head and just keeps postponing that shit. But once everything is going to blow up and something's going to trigger the shit out of her and everything else, and going to just make her look at things way too differently, then she's going to eventually have to do that. But as I was going to say, I strongly believe that she refuses to do this and still won't do this until her little babies grow a little bit older. Then she's gonna take the route that her mother had taken with her father. And I hope that she will get to experience her freedom. I hope that she will get to tap into other stuff that she has restricted herself from because she is bound to him. And I hope that she finds some peace of mind. I really do hope so, because what she shows us is her being courageous, her being confident, her having fun, and she does have fun on stage. But once she gets off of that stage, she is going back to feeling like her mask is falling off, and everything that she was concealing on stage isn't what it looks like. So I hope that she at least finds something and finds comfort in her spirituality, in stuff that she practices, in dancing her pain away, and wanting to finally break free and just have something to herself again. I hope she finds some comfort, honestly. I was going to ask about Break My Soul, but I'm going to ask about that in a different reading I shall do right after this one, because I was not expecting all this to happen.